Bro, don't open that. Raghav leaned back in his chair, eyes glued to the laptop screen. The blue light flickered across his face as lines of encrypted text scrolled rapidly. "What? It's just a forum link," he muttered. Arjun shook his head, pacing behind him. "Nah, man, that's not Reddit. That's onion routing, dark web stuff. You don't just click those." Raghav smirked. "Relax, I know what I'm doing." He didn't. Midnight, Delhi, NCR. The room was silent except for the hum of an old CPU fan. Raghav had been digging into cybercrime forums for weeks. What started as curiosity turned into obsession. Fake IDs, leaked data, anonymous marketplaces. He had seen it all. But tonight felt different. A thread titled "Organ Exchange, Verified Sellers Only" caught his attention. He frowned. This gotta be fake. Arjun stopped. "What did you just say?" Raghav turned the screen slightly. "Look at this. Organ trade, kidneys, livers, even more. Prices listed in crypto." Arjun's face went pale. "Close it, right now." But Raghav scrolled. Listings looked disturbingly structured. O-positive kidney, 12 BTC. Urgent match, India region. Healthy donors available, no questions asked. There were reviews. Actual reviews. "Yo, this ain't a joke," Raghav whispered. "Chat request incoming." A notification popped up. "User, Black Harbor 77, wants to chat." Arjun grabbed Raghav's shoulder. "Don't accept it." Raghav hesitated, then clicked. Chat window opens. "Black Harbor 77. You're new here." Raghav typed slowly. "Just browsing." Black Harbor 77. "People don't browse here. They come for something." Arjun whispered, "Block him." But Raghav ignored him. "Raghav, is this stuff real or just scam?" There was a pause. Then, "Depends. You buying or asking too many questions?" Raghav swallowed. Reality starts creeping in. The user sent a file. Encrypted. Title: Logistics, North India Routes. Arjun stepped back. "Nah, I'm out. This is messed up." "Wait, just let me see," Raghav said, already downloading it. The file opened slowly. Maps, hospital names, dates, codes, and one line that froze him. Unregistered patients processed via private channels, no legal documentation. Raghav's voice cracked. This can't be real." Sudden message. "Black Harbor 77. Now you see why we don't like tourists." Raghav's hands trembled. "Raghav, I'm not involved, I swear." 3 dots appeared, then disappeared, then appeared again. Meanwhile, unknown location. A man sat in a dimly lit room staring at multiple monitors. He zoomed into an IP trace. "Got him." Another voice from the darkness. "Loose end?" The man nodded. "Yeah, kid clicked where he shouldn't." Back to Raghav's room. Internet suddenly lagged. Screen flickered. Then, everything went black. Wi-Fi disconnected. Laptop froze. Arjun whispered, almost shaking, "Bro, did they just hack you?" Raghav didn't answer, because on the screen, one line slowly appeared. "We know where you are." Raghav didn't move. The message on the screen just sat there. "We know where you are." Arjun whispered, "Shut it down, right now." Raghav slammed the laptop shut. The room went silent. Too silent. "Bro, this isn't funny anymore," Arjun said, voice shaky. "This ain't some random scam." Raghav forced a laugh. "Yeah, probably just a scare tactic." But even he didn't believe that. Next morning. The sunlight should have made things feel normal. It didn't. Raghav barely slept. Every sound felt louder. Every notification made his heart jump. His phone buzzed. Unknown number. He ignored it. It buzzed again. Same number. Arjun looked over. "Pick it up. Let's just see." Raghav answered slowly. "Hello?" Silence. Then a calm voice. "You downloaded something that doesn't belong to you." Raghav's throat drew dry. "Who is this?" "That's not important. What matters is what you do next." Click. Call ended. Panic sets in. Arjun ran his hair through his hair. Nah, this is bad. This is real bad. Raghav stood up. Okay, we go to the police. Arjun hesitated. And say what? Hi, sir. We were browsing illegal dark web stuff and accidentally found a crime network? You think that's gonna go smooth? Raghav didn't answer, because deep down he knew they were already too deep. Later that day, college campus. Everything looked normal. Students laughing, classes going on, life moving like nothing happened. But for Raghav, everything felt off. He noticed a man near the gate. Not a student, not a teacher, just watching. Their eyes met for a second. The man looked away instantly. Raghav's heart started racing. Arjun, he whispered, don't look now, but I think we're being watched. Arjun froze. You're serious? Yeah. Another message. Raghav's phone vibrated again. This time, it wasn't a call. It was a message. Unknown. You shouldn't have downloaded that file. Raghav typed back, hands shaking. Raghav, I deleted it. Reply came instantly. Unknown. We know you didn't. Truth starts unfolding. That evening, they opened the laptop again. No internet, Arjun said. We check offline only. Raghav nodded. They opened the file again. This time, slowly, carefully. Inside were multiple folders. Transit, clients, medical. Arjun clicked on medical. Lists appeared. Blood groups, age ranges, short notes like fit, urgent, ready. Raghav whispered, These look like people. Arjun's voice dropped. Not just people, targets. A disturbing pattern. They opened another file. It showed dates and locations. Raghav noticed something. Yo, these dates. Arjun looked closer. What? These match missing person cases. Silence. Heavy silence. Arjun leaned back slowly. So it's not just rumors. Raghav shook his head. No, it's real. Knock on the door. Knock, knock. Both of them froze. Another knock, louder this time. Don't open it. Raghav's heart was pounding. Who is it? He called out. No response. Just silence. Then, a third knock. Slow, deliberate. Outside the door. Raghav walked towards it slowly. Each step felt heavier. He looked through the peephole. Nothing. Empty corridor. He opened the door slightly. No one there. Just a small envelope on the floor. Inside the envelope, Raghav picked it up, closed the door quickly. Hands trembling, he opened it. Inside, a single photograph. Both of them, taken that same morning at college, from a distance. Arjun stepped back. Nah, I'm done. This is insane. Raghav flipped the photo. On the back, written in black ink, Stay out of this, or you're next.
Raghav stared at the photograph again. His hands had stopped shaking. Not because he was calm, but because something inside him had switched. This isn't just about us anymore, he said quietly. Arjun snapped. Are you serious right now? They're literally tracking us and you want to play detective? Raghav looked up. People are disappearing, Arjun. That file, those lists, it's real. Arjun didn't reply, because he knew it too. A risky decision. Raghav took a deep breath. We need help. Arjun frowned. Police? Raghav shook his head. Not yet. Someone who understands this cyber stuff. Who? Raghav hesitated. I know a guy. Enter Kabir. That night they reached a small rented workspace in a quiet part of the city. Messy desk, multiple screens, wires everywhere. A guy in a hoodie sat typing fast. Kabir. Without looking up, he said, You're late. Arjun whispered, This dude creepy already. Raghav stepped forward. Kabir, I need your help. Kabir finally turned. Sharp eyes, calm face. You don't come to me unless it's serious. So, what did you mess with? The truth comes out. Raghav placed the laptop on the table. Dark web forum, organ trade listings. Someone contacted me, and this file. Kabir raised his hand. Stop. He looked at both of them carefully. Did you download anything? Raghav nodded slowly. Kabir leaned back. Yeah, you guys are in trouble. Arjun muttered. Great. Love that for us. Deep dive. Kabir plugged in a secure drive. No internet, no signals. We go offline analysis only. He opened the file. His expression changed within seconds. This isn't small-time stuff, he said. Raghav leaned forward. What do you mean? Kabir zoomed into a section. These aren't random criminals. This is organized, structured. They've got logistics, medical coordination, even transport routes. Arjun whispered. Like a company? Kabir looked at him. Exactly. A black market company. The name appears. Kabir opened a hidden directory. Encrypted. He cracked part of it. A name appeared repeatedly. Project Nadi. Raghav frowned. What's that? Kabir shook his head. No idea, but it's central to everything here. A hidden message. Kabir scrolled deeper, then paused. Wait, this is weird. Raghav stepped closer. What? Kabir pointed. There's a pattern in these files, like someone left a trail. Arjun blinked. Trail? Why would anyone do that? Kabir said quietly. Maybe someone inside wants this exposed. A contact emerges. They found a hidden chat log, different from the others. No threats, no transactions, just short messages. If you're seeing this, you're already in danger. They operate through legitimate fronts. Hospitals aren't always safe. Raghav whispered, This person, they're warning people. Kabir nodded. Yeah, an insider. Then a username. At the bottom of the log, user Samar inside. Arjun said, So we contact him? Kabir looked at both of them seriously. You contact him, you expose yourselves. Raghav didn't hesitate. We're already exposed. Making contact. Kabir set up a secure environment. All right, one shot, no mistakes. Raghav typed. We found your message. No reply. Seconds felt like minutes. Then, Samar inside. Then you shouldn't have. Raghav typed again. We want to help. Long pause. Then, too late for help. Arjun whispered. This guy not very motivating. The bombshell. Another message came. Samar inside. They've already marked you. Raghav's heart dropped. Raghav typed. Who are you? Pause. Then, I was part of it. Silence filled the room. Kabir leaned in. Ask him everything. Before they could reply, the screen flickered. Kabir froze. That's not me. Raghav stepped back. What? Kabir's voice went low. We're being accessed. Arjun panicked. I thought you said this was secure. It is, which means... He stopped, slowly. They're closer than we thought. Final message appears. On the screen, you were told to stay out. Then another line. Now you're part of the system. Outside, same moment, a black car stopped quietly near the building. Engine running, lights off. Inside, Kabir shut the system down instantly. No more digital. From now on, everything goes offline. Raghav asked, What do we do? Kabir looked straight at him. We find Samar. Arjun almost laughed nervously. Find him? In real life? Kabir nodded. Yeah, before they find us first.
Kabir didn't waste a second. Pack light, no phones. Arjun blinked. No phones? Bro, how do we even... Kabir cut him off. Phones equal tracking devices. You want to stay alive? You stay off the grid. Raghav nodded. We find Samar. That's the only lead we've got. Kabir grabbed a small notebook, scribbled something, then tore the page. Last known data point, he said. This Samar_inside left a pattern. IP fragments, timestamps. I reconstructed a possible location. Arjun looked at it. This is a town? Kabir nodded. Yeah, and if I'm right, he's been hiding there. Road trip, no turning back. They were on the road within an hour. No GPS, no digital maps, just old-school directions and Kabir's notes. The highway stretched endlessly. Arjun sat in the back, restless. I still don't get it. Why would someone inside that network try to expose it? Raghav stared ahead. Maybe guilt. Kabir added quietly, or maybe he knows something worse is coming. A suspicious stop. Late evening, they stopped at a small roadside dhaba. Dim lights, few people, too quiet. Arjun whispered, "You feel that?" Raghav nodded, "Yeah." Kabir didn't sit. He scanned the area. "Eat fast, we move." The stranger. As Raghav paid the bill, the owner leaned slightly closer and said in a low voice, "You boys aren't from around here, right?" Raghav forced a smile. "Just passing through." The man nodded slowly, but his eyes said something else. Watching, measuring. Back on the road. 5 minutes later, headlights appeared behind them. Same car, maintaining distance. Arjun turned. Guys?" Kabir checked the mirror. "Yeah, we got company." Raghav tightened the grip on the steering wheel. "What do we do?" Kabir stayed calm. "Don't panic, don't speed. Let's confirm first." The chase begins. They took a turn. The car followed. Another turn. Still there. Arjun's voice rose. "Okay, that's not normal anymore." Kabir said, "Now you speed." Raghav hit the accelerator. The car behind them did the same. No doubt left. They were being followed. Tension peaks. Arjun almost shouted, "This is insane! Who are these people?" Kabir replied coldly, "The same ones who sent that photo." Raghav whispered, "They found us already." Kabir nodded, "Told you, we're marked." A sharp escape. Kabir pointed ahead. "Left turn, narrow road, now!" Raghav swerved. The road got rough, dark, almost empty. The other car struggled to keep up. Kabir said, "Lights off." Arjun panicked. "What?" "Do it." Raghav switched off the headlights. They drove in near darkness for a few seconds, then pulled into a hidden side path. Engine off. Silence. The other car sped past. Aftermath. No one spoke for a moment. Then Arjun exhaled loudly. "Nah, I'm officially done. This is next level crazy." Kabir looked at him. Too late to quit. Reaching the location. Late night, they reached the town Kabir had marked. Small, quiet, almost forgotten. Kabir checked his notes. "There's an old clinic here, closed officially, but might not be abandoned." Raghav frowned. "You think Samar's there?" Kabir replied, "If he's hiding, he won't pick a place people check often." The clinic. They stood outside a worn-out building, faded board, broken windows, but one thing felt off. There was light inside, very faint. Inside the building, the door creaked open, dust everywhere, but also fresh footprints. Arjun whispered, "Someone's here." Raghav nodded. They moved slowly, step by step, heartbeat loud in their ears. A voice in the dark. Suddenly, "Stop right there." All three froze. A man stepped out from the shadows, thin, tired eyes, but alert. He held something in his hand, not a weapon, but enough to show he wasn't weak. "Who sent you?" he asked. Kabir raised his hand slightly. "No one. We're here because of you." The man's eyes narrowed. "That's not possible." Raghav stepped forward slowly. "Samar?" Silence. The man didn't respond, but his expression changed, just slightly. Truth revealed. He whispered, "You shouldn't have come." Arjun said nervously, "Yeah, we're starting to feel that too." Samar looked at them carefully, then said, "If they tracked you here, then we don't have much time." Raghav's heart dropped. "They're already after us." Samar nodded. "They're always after loose ends." The biggest reveal yet. Kabir stepped forward. "What is Project Nadi?" Samar went silent for a long moment. Then he said, "It's not just organ trade." Raghav frowned. "Then what is it?" Samar looked straight into his eyes. "It's a system, a pipeline. People go in," and he paused, "and they don't come back." Outside, same time, far from the clinic, that same black car stopped again. This time, 2 more vehicles joined it. Inside, Samar whispered urgently, "If you want to survive, you listen to me now." Inside the dim clinic, the air felt heavy. Samar locked the door quietly and pulled the curtains tighter. "No lights near the windows," he whispered. They scanned from outside. Arjun swallowed. "Yeah, this just keeps getting better." Raghav stepped closer. "You said it's a system. What does that even mean?" Samar looked at all 3 of them, like he was deciding how much to say. Then he spoke. "It's not random. They don't just pick people randomly," Samar said. Kabir leaned in. "Then how?" Samar replied, "They use data, hospitals, clinics, small labs, sometimes even leaked records." Raghav frowned. Medical data? Samar nodded. Blood groups, health conditions, financial background, everything. Arjun whispered, so they're selecting people? Samar didn't sugarcoat it. Yeah, matching supply with demand. Project Nadi explained. Samar took out an old file from a hidden drawer. This is what you saw a piece of. He opened it. Diagrams, flowcharts, connections. It's called Project Nadi because it works like a bloodstream, continuous flow, silent, hidden. Kabir studied it. Collection, transport, processing. Raghav looked confused. Processing? Samar met his eyes. Illegal medical procedures, off record. Arjun stepped back slightly. This is insane. Legitimate fronts. Kabir asked, how do they not get caught? Samar gave a dry laugh. Because they don't operate like criminals. They hide inside normal systems. Small hospitals, private ambulances, fake NGOs. Raghav whispered, so everything looks legal. Exactly. On paper, nothing is wrong. The insider truth. Raghav looked at him. You said you were part of it. Samar didn't answer immediately. Then, I handled logistics. Silence. Arjun stared at him. So you helped them? Samar's voice hardened. I didn't know everything at first. It was just transport, packages, documents. Kabir asked quietly, and when did you realize? Samar looked away. When I opened one of the files and saw names instead of codes. Why he ran. Raghav asked, why didn't you go to the police? Samar shook his head. You think I'm the first one to try? That hit hard. Kabir frowned. They've got influence. Money, Samar corrected. Connections, enough to bury cases. Sudden sound. A faint noise came from outside. All four froze. Footsteps. Distant, but getting closer. Samar whispered, they're here. Arjun's voice cracked. Already? Kabir moved fast. Back exit? Samar nodded. There's a way. Before they move. Raghav grabbed Samar's arm. Wait, there's something else. Samar looked at him. Raghav said, why warn people online? Why take that risk? Samar paused, then said quietly, because someone I knew didn't make it out. Silence again. No one asked further. They understood enough. Escape plan. Samar opened a hidden door behind a shelf. This tunnel leads to the back side of the town, he said. We split after that. Arjun immediately said, split? Nah, man, that's how people die in movies. Kabir replied, staying together makes us easier to track. Raghav looked at Samar. What about you? Samar gave a faint smile. I've been running longer than you guys. I'll manage. The footsteps get louder. A loud knock echoed through the clinic. Not like before. This one was forceful, commanding. A voice from outside. Open the door. No response. Another knock. Harder. We know you're inside. Inside. Final seconds. Arjun whispered, we're dead. Kabir snapped, move. They rushed into the hidden passage. Samar closed the door behind them. Darkness, only a faint path ahead. Behind them, the main door broke open. Heavy footsteps entered, flashlight scanning. A voice said, search everything. Inside the tunnel, they moved quickly, breathing heavy. No one spoke, until Raghav whispered, this isn't over, is it? Kabir replied, not even close. Samar added quietly, you've only seen the surface. The tunnel felt endless, dark, narrow, silent except for their footsteps and heavy breathing. Arjun whispered, how long is this thing? Samar replied, long enough to disappear, if we're lucky. Kabir added, or long enough for them to block the exits, if we're not. That didn't help. The exit. After what felt like forever, a faint light appeared ahead. They slowed down, careful. Samar pushed open a rusted metal hatch. Cool night air rushed in. They stepped out into an empty field behind the town. No lights, no people, just silence. Temporary relief. Arjun dropped to the ground. Okay, we made it. Kabir didn't relax. He scanned the surroundings. No, we escaped one point. That's it. Raghav looked at Samar. Now what? The big decision. Samar turned to them. You go home. Forget everything. That's your safest option. Arjun immediately said, yes, finally, something that makes sense. But Raghav didn't agree. "And what about the people in those files?" he asked. Samar didn't answer. Kabir stepped in. "If we try to expose this, we become targets for real, not just threats." Raghav said quietly, "We already are." Silence. Truth hits hard. Kabir looked at him. "You don't understand the scale." Raghav replied, "Then help me understand." Kabir hesitated, then said, "This network isn't just local. It connects cities, maybe countries, layers of people who don't even know each other." Samar nodded. "That's how it survives." Arjun sighed. "So basically, we can't fight it. A risky idea." Raghav thought for a moment, then said, "What if we don't fight them directly?" Kabir raised an eyebrow. "Go on. We leak the data." Samar reacted instantly. "That's dangerous." Raghav continued, "Not to one place, multiple, journalists, anonymous platforms, everywhere." Kabir considered it. Decentralized exposure. Arjun looked confused. "In simple words?" Kabir replied, "We make it impossible to silence." "The problem?" Samar shook his head. "You think no one's tried that before?" Raghav asked, "Then why didn't it work?" Samar answered, "Because they stop it before it spreads." Sudden realization. Kabir's eyes widened slightly. "Wait." Raghav looked at him. "What?" Kabir said slowly, "They didn't stop us from leaving." Arjun blinked. "Yeah, because we escaped." Kabir shook his head. "No, because they're tracking us." Silence hit again. The trap theory. Samar understood instantly. They want us to lead them to something bigger. Raghav's heart dropped. "Like what?" Kabir looked at the laptop bag. "The data." Panic returns. Arjun stood up quickly. "So we're basically walking GPS signals right now?" Kabir nodded. "Yeah." Raghav said, "Then we don't go home." Samar added, "We don't stay in one place either." A new plan. Kabir spoke fast now. "We split the data." Arjun groaned. "Again with the splitting." Kabir ignored him. "Multiple copies, different routes. Even if one gets caught, others survive." Raghav nodded. "And we send it out?" Kabir said, "At the right time." "But there's a catch." Samar looked serious. "You send it without proof, it gets ignored." Raghav frowned. "We have files." Samar shook his head. "Not enough. You need something undeniable." Kabir asked, "Like what?" Samar replied, "An active operation." Silence. Then reality. Arjun stared at him. "You mean catch them in the act?" Samar didn't say yes, but he didn't say no either. The final choice. Raghav looked at both of them. "So this is it. Run and forget, or risk everything and expose it." Kabir crossed his arms. "No half measures." Arjun muttered, "I really hate both options." In the distance, far across the field, a faint light appeared, moving, slowly, towards them. Samar's warning. They're already here. Raghav took a deep breath. Decision time. The moving light in the distance got brighter. Not random, not lost, coming straight toward them. Samar didn't hesitate. "We don't have time. Decide now." Raghav looked at Kabir. Kabir gave a small nod. "If we're doing this, we do it right." Arjun groaned. "I already know I'm going to regret this." Raghav said it anyway. "We expose them." The target. Samar pulled out a rough map from his pocket. "There's a facility about 40 kilometers from here," he said. "Looks like a private medical center on paper." Kabir asked, "But?" Samar replied, "It's one of their active nodes." Arjun blinked. "Nodes? Like part of the network?" Kabir nodded. "Yeah, a working point in the system." Raghav asked, "What happens there?" Samar looked serious. "Transfers, coordination, sometimes procedures." Silence. The plan. Kabir spoke fast. "We don't go in blindly. We observe first." Raghav nodded. "We need proof." Samar added, "And we don't stay longer than necessary." Arjun raised his hand slightly. "Quick question. What if we get caught?" Kabir replied flatly, "Then we don't get a second chance." "Great," Arjun muttered. Approaching the facility. Late night. They reached the outskirts of the location. From a distance, it looked normal. Clean building, security gate, lights on. A board outside read Advanced Care Medical Center. Arjun whispered. "This looks legit." Samar said quietly, "That's the point." Watching from the shadows. They stayed hidden behind a broken wall nearby, observing. A white van entered the gate. No markings, just plain. Kabir narrowed his eyes. No hospital logo, no registration number. Raghav whispered, "You think?" Samar finished it. "Yeah, that's part of it." Strange movements. Another thing felt off. Very few people, minimal staff, but constant movement of vehicles. In, out, like a system on schedule. Capturing evidence. Kabir pulled out a small offline recording device. "No network, no signals," he said. "Everything stored locally." Raghav nodded. "Good." They started recording. Vehicles, entry points, faces, anything that looked unusual. A critical moment. Then, the gate opened again. 2 men stepped out of the building, escorting someone. A young man, walking, but not willingly. Arjun whispered, "Yo, something's wrong." Raghav's jaw tightened. Samar's voice dropped. "This is it." Kabir focused the lens, zoomed in, captured everything. No assumptions now, no doubts. Something illegal was happening. Sudden problem. As Kabir adjusted the device, a small red light blinked. Arjun froze. Was that supposed to happen?" Kabir's expression changed. "No." Raghav whispered, "What does that mean?" Kabir quietly said, "It emitted a signal." Inside the facility, one of the guards stopped, looked around, then directly toward their direction. Too direct, too precise. Outside, panic rising. Samar said sharply, "We've been spotted." Arjun whispered loudly, "How?" Kabir replied, "That device just gave us away." Raghav cursed under his breath, "We need to move, now." The chase starts again. Lights turned on near the boundary. Voices shouted, "Check that side!" Footsteps, fast, coming closer, running in the dark. They ran. No clear path, just instinct. Arjun struggled to keep up. "Why is this always running?" Kabir snapped, "Focus!" Raghav looked back. 2 guards were already chasing them. A split-second decision. Samar pointed ahead. Forest area, less visibility. They turned. Branches, uneven ground, almost no light, but harder to track. Holding the evidence. Kabir held the device tightly. This is what they don't want out." Raghav said, "Then we make sure it does." But it's not over. From behind, more lights appeared. Not just 2, multiple. Arjun whispered, "They've called backup." Cliffhanger moment. They slowed down behind a cluster of trees, breathing heavy, no clear escape, surrounded. Samar said quietly, "If they catch us now, it ends here." Raghav looked at the device, then at the others. "No," he said, "not if we play this smart."
The forest was dead silent. Too silent. Even the guards had stopped shouting. That made it worse. Arjun whispered, barely breathing, "Why did they stop?" Kabir replied quietly, "Because they think we can't get out." Samar scanned the area, or they're closing in slowly. Raghav tightened his grip on the recording device. "We don't have time. We need to send this out." The real problem. Kabir shook his head. "We can't just upload it from anywhere. The moment we go online, they'll trace it." Arjun muttered, "So what, we just sit here with proof and do nothing?" Samar said, "No, we use distance." Raghav looked at him. "Explain." "The plan. The drop." Samar pointed toward a faint road beyond the trees. "There's an old telecom relay point near the highway, barely monitored." Kabir understood instantly. Weak security, but enough bandwidth. Raghav nodded. "We upload from there and disappear before they lock onto us." Arjun sighed. "I'm noticing a pattern. Everything we do sounds risky." Kabir replied, "Because it is." Moving again. They moved low and fast through the trees, every step careful, every sound controlled. The distant glow of the facility lights faded behind them, but the threat didn't. Close call. At one point, a flashlight beam swept dangerously close. They froze, didn't breathe, didn't move. The light passed, barely. Arjun whispered, "I swear if we survive this." Kabir cut him off. "Focus." Reaching the relay point. After what felt like forever, they saw it, a small rusted structure near the roadside, flickering light, old equipment. Perfect.
Kabir said, "This is it." Final setup. They moved inside, dust everywhere, but the system still had power. Kabir connected his device carefully. "No mistakes now," he said. Raghav stood near the entrance, watching outside. Samar kept checking the road. Arjun just stood there, tense. "Uploading the truth." Kabir started the process. "No direct upload," he explained. "We split it, multiple packets, different destinations." Raghav nodded. "So even if one fails," Kabir finished, "others go through." Time slows down. The progress bar moved slowly, too slowly. Arjun whispered, "Why is it taking so long?" Kabir replied, "Because we're doing it safely." Samar suddenly said, "We've got movement." Raghav turned. Headlights, multiple, coming fast. They found them. Arjun panicked. "You've got to be kidding me." Kabir didn't stop typing. "Almost there." Raghav stepped forward. "How long?" Kabir said, 2 minutes. Pressure builds. The vehicles got closer. Doors slammed. Voices. "They're here." Samar moved to block the entrance partially. "We hold them off." Arjun blinked. "We? With what?" Samar replied calmly, "With time." Final seconds. Kabir's screen showed, "Upload 82%. Raghav whispered, "Come on, come on." Outside, footsteps running toward the structure. The moment. Kabir hit one last key. "Upload 100%. He immediately disconnected everything. "It's done." Aftermath decision. No celebration, no relief, just urgency. Samar said, "We leave now." They rushed out the back exit, into the darkness again. Behind them, the doors burst open, but it was too late. The data was already gone. What happens next? As they ran, Arjun asked, still out of breath, "So what now?" Kabir replied, "Now we wait." Raghav added quietly, "No, we watch." A new kind of fear, because exposing something that big doesn't end it, it starts something bigger. Final scene. Somewhere far away, a journalist opens an anonymous file, then another, different cities, different systems, same data, same pattern. Back on the road, the four of them walked toward the highway, exhausted, changed, silent. Samar said one last thing, "They won't forget this." Raghav replied, "Neither will we."